The year will finish. The year 1914 was the year of Islam year. Sometimes you don't know, isn't it? Yeah. Year 1447. It's ending in 10 days. And we start in New Year. And that year starts with Muharram. So we want to see what Islamically required from us, according to the month of Muharram and according to the starting of New Year. That's the concern of the lecture. فضل شهر الله المحرم, the virtue of the Muharram. And Allah called it Shahrullah, the month of Allah. Allah doesn't own a certain month. Baytullah, the house of Allah. Khalqullah, creation of Allah. So this is called Tashrif, honor for the month, to add name of Allah. In this month was Sawm Yawm Ashura, fasting the day of Ashura. What's Ashura? And why we are fasting? What's Ashura and why we are fasting? Number one, Fadlu Siyami Shahrillahi al-Muharram, fasting of the month of Muharram, which is the month of Allah. You don't see normally any Muslim knows the months of Muslims. We Muslims, we know how to count it from January to December. But very rare to see a Muslim counting in the month of Allah. And that means the culture of kuffar dominates us. Yeah. You go to any Muslim, ask him, what's the day to live in Islam? He doesn't know. Which month? He doesn't know. Yeah. You have to strengthen our identity. Our identity is to learn back Islam in the Arabic form. Anyone wants to learn Arabic, they say, oh, I don't speak Arabic. Say in English, say in French, say in Russian, say in this. No. We have to go back. Some people are teaching them, I say, Haid. I say, Sheikh, what's a Haid? I say, are you married? Yes. You have, don't get Haid? I say, well, he doesn't know Haid. So that means Islamic terminology, if you don't know how you want to be Islam. That's only one problem we are facing really in our community. Here, Allah says, in عدة الشهور عند الله, the month is in the sight of Allah, it's in 10 شهر, there are 12 months in the year. في كتاب الله, يوم خلق السماوات والأرض, في كتاب الله, in the book of Allah. Which book is this? لوح المحفوظ. لوح المحفوظ. يوم خلق السماوات والأرض. Since Allah created heavens and earth. In that 12, منها 4 حرم, there is 4 scales. And switch off the sound of the TV. On off. It's off. Echo.
Echo. Because the mic is okay. We switch it off.
Yeah. منها 4 حرم. There's 4 sacred months. Want to see that? Yeah. Here's Shura Arabiya. The first month called Muharram, second one Safar, third one Rabi' al-Awwal, fourth Rabi' al-Akhir, or Rabi' al-Thani, fifth Jamad al-Ula, Jamad al-Akhirah, Rajab, Sha'ban, Ramadan, Shawwal, Dhul-Qa'dah, Dhul-Hijjah. That's the 12 months. In that 12 months, these 3 called Ashur al-Hajj, months of the Hajj. Hajj starts at the one last day of Ramadan, sunset, and Shawwal starts, that's Ashur al-Hurum. Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Fitr starting, that is the start of the month of the Hajj. Yeah. That's number 1. Number 2, the month is which we say they are sacred. منها أربعة الحرم محرم رجب ذو القعدة ذو الحجة. That's what sacred. There's no war. Even if you see the one who killed you dead, you can't kill him. ربيع الأول is well known for us for the Mawlid al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah. Sha'ban, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to fast a lot. Ramadan is the 9th month is Ramadan. So this is Islam calendar. It started from Muharram. It's the first month of the year. So Fadlu, what's the virtue of fasting on that month? Sahih Muslim عن أبي هريرة قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أفضل الصيام بعد رمضان. The best fasting you do after the month of Ramadan, شهر الله المحرم, the month of Allah, which is Muharram. The best fasting you do after Ramadan. وأفضل الصلاة بعد الفريضة. The salah you pray after Farad is Salatul Layl. We want to understand here one point. There is Farad and Sunnah connect to the Farad, and then Sunnah is standing alone. Sunnah standing alone. If you look to the salah, for example, Dhuhr salah, Farad 4 rak'ah, there is Sunnah connected to it. But Sunnah is very virtue, more important than any other Sunnah, but it's connected to the Farad. Other Sunnah, other than Sunnah of the Farad, Salatul Layl is the best. Ramadan, the 6 days of Shawwal are most important because connected to Ramadan. That's Sunnah of the fasting. After that, any other Sunnah you fast, Muharram is the most important. Muharram is the most important. So, best fasting you fast, Shahrul al-Muharram. And the best salah you pray is, after Farad, is Salatul Layl. Just ask yourself, do you pray Salatul Layl? Salatul Layl is from 1 rak'ah to 13. 1 rak'ah to 13. If you want to pray more than 13, it's open. You are not counting. In Ramadan, we count 23, that's bid'ah. You can't pray with them, 23. Ramadan is fixed up to 11, not more than 11. That we'll discuss, inshallah, when Ramadan approaches. Yeah. But we can pray 1 rak'ah. For example, Uthman bin Affan, Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, they prayed 1 rak'ah. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, he prayed 1 rak'ah, he read 100 ayah of Surah An-Nisa. He said only Qul Huwa Allah to run away. Yeah, 100. What Uthman bin Affan, what he done? He read all the Quran in 1 rak'ah. Tahajjud. So long recitation, if you don't keep by heart, it's allowed to take a mushaf or mobile to read from it. But there's no other salah you can take from a mushaf and you read. Only Salatul Layl. Why? Because you want your Sunnah is to elongate. Sunnah is to elongate. Prophet ﷺ prayed 1 rak'ah. And who is praying with him? Ubay ibn Ka'ab. He said, he prayed all Surah Al-Baqarah and all Surah Al-Nisa and then go back all Surah Al-Imran. That 1/6 of the Quran in 1 rak'ah. So it's elongate. That's Salatul Layl, inshallah. We'll talk about it. One Prophet ﷺ after الصيام بعد رمضان is شهر الله المحرم. هل يجوز الصيام شهر المحرم كلها؟ Is allowed to fast all the month? صحيح مسلم عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما ما صام النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم شهرا كاملا قد. Prophet fasted a full month except Ramadan. That means Muharram we are not fasting full. Muharram we are not fasting full. Yeah. And in the Muharram there is a day of Ashura. What's the virtue of that day of Ashura? حديث متفق عليه عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لما قدم المدينة. When Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم came to Medina. How old was the Prophet when he came to Medina? 53, not 4. 53. He came, which month he came to, yes, which month? Muharram. I'll tell one thing. You want to learn, take a book called Rahiq al-Makhtoum, Silly Nectar. Every night, read few chapters. You learn. Prophet ﷺ came to Medina, Shahr Rabi' al-Awwal. I died in Medina, شهر ربيع الأول. So 10 years was in there. But when you come Rabi'ul Awwal, that's 30 months of the year. That year has been counted as a year of Hijrah. So Ashura is in Muharram. And Prophet came to Medina, which month? After that day passed. Yes. So second year, Prophet have seen Jewish fasting, Muharram. But first year, Muharram, Prophet was in Medina, in Mecca. He didn't see the Jewish. But after a year, when he came Muharram, second year, he have seen Jewish fasting. And he asked them, say, this is the great day. What do we do for us on this great day? We take the music and we take the dancing and we take, isn't it? That's our great days, isn't it? Yeah, they say independent day. It's not independent day. It is sinful day. You can bring all the sin to you on that day, and you are happy with that. You see the Muslims when they think upside down. Yeah. The goodness becomes bad, the badness becomes good. Yes. So that's the problem we are facing. Why we are fasting that day? Because Allah saved Musa. Yeah. And Trauni, Fir'aun. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Ana awla bi Musa bin Musa." I have more connection, more close to Musa than them. Why? Because Musa was on the right path. But these Jews in Medina, they are not on the right path. They diverted. They are diverted. Prophet fast and commanded to fast. Here we'll discuss inshallah this one another time. But first year, Muharram, Prophet was in Mecca. Second year, he have seen them fasting. And he command to fast. That means it's wajib to fast. Yes? And in the same second year, ninth month is Ramadan. Have been obligatory to fast. So Ashura becomes Sunnah now. So Prophet fast, Ashura third year, yeah, fourth year, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. How many months? Yeah, 9 years, isn't it? The first year was wajib, that 9 years was sunnah. That's how we understand. Amar bisiyami, Prophet commanded to fast. That's the first year, because there's no Ramadan at all. But same day, same year, Ramadan came. When Ramadan came, Ashura became Sunnah. That's how we should understand. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now it becomes Sunnah. And Sunnah, you see, different than Wajib. Wajib is do it. Go, finish. Sunnah is encouraging you to do it. Yeah. To go to your son, you say, "Oh baby, I will give you sweet if you do this." That means you're encouraging him. Yeah. So if you do Sunnah, you get this. If you see that, that means it's Sunnah. It's not Wajib. Wajib is do it or you get punishment. Very clear Wajib. But Sunnah is something encouragement. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yeah, it will expiate your sins in this year and the year before. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to fast that day. Doesn't miss. And month of Ramadan. That Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam focus on that too. Ashura and month of Ramadan. When you are sick in Ramadan, you are break your fast. And you fast another day. Allah said in the Quran, very clear. Ashura, there's no qada, because it's sunnah. You can't do qada sunnah. So, وذكر الحافظ الذهبي في كتابه سير أعلام النبلاء. This book is one of the greatest books of history of Islam. It's Arabic, it's not English. Some people say, maybe, unfortunately, there's no English. But I can say, it's fortunately, there's no English. That means you have to learn Arabic to read. There are 3 books. You should focus on them, yeah, if you want to learn something. first book called Al-Bidayah والنهاية. That's Ibn Kathir. Al-Bidayah, from top beginning of the creations until his time, 8th century. والنهاية means the science of judgment day. It's not authentic 100%, but this is where you learn a lot. Al-Bidayah والنهاية. Ibn Kathir. Second one, the book we are mentioning now, Siyar, A'lam, An-Nubala, yeah. Honor people's life. This is Imam al-Dhahabi. And third one is Imam Dhahabi also called Tarikh al-Islam. That's 3 books. If you read, you learn a lot. But if you didn't read, you left with that 3 books, it's the Rahiq al-Mukhtim. Still not, that's enough. Al-Bidayah والنهاية Ibn Kathir, Sir A'lam al-Nubala, Tarikh al-Islam, Dhahabi. Dhahabi was a student of Ibn Kathir, and both of them were students of Ibn Taymiyyah. Student of Ibn Taymiyyah. He said in that book, in Imam Muhammad bin Shuhab al-Zuhri, when there is halqa of dhikr, angels coming down to circle that halqa, and mercy of Allah is coming down. If you sit back, you are not going to be included in the mercy of Allah. You are missing it. Or the Friday, when we come, try to come to the first lines. You be late, and you be delayed to enter the paradise, Hadith says. Yeah. People like to sit at the back to the wall on Friday. That's not right. When you come Friday, fill the first lines. I come very early. Some Salaf, when they pray Fajr, they sit to wait to Salat al-Jum'ah. So come early to Salat al-Jum'ah. Some people ask me, when is Salat al-Jum'ah? Or Khutbah starts half 1. No. When Salat starts? 2 o'clock. Okay, I'm coming 2 o'clock. That's not Salat. That's not Iman for this. You don't get khushu'. Friday is to build your Iman, to recharge your Iman. So a lot of things of mistakes, people do it, but they don't know, they are step by step going far from strong Iman. And become loose in the religion. And that's where we are now. Yeah? You see, halal and haram. We don't know halal and haram. Just we need to earn. I'm earning, I'm feeding family, I'm doing this. Focus on halal and haram, focus feeding the family. So a lot of things accumulated on us. Muhammad bin Shahab al-Zuhri, he's Imam, the Sheikh of whom? Do you know? Sheikh of Imam Malik. Sheikh of Imam Malik. Yes. So he said that Imam, كان في سفر, he was traveling. When you're traveling, is Ramadan wajib upon you? No. Okay. What about Sunnah? Is wajib upon you Sunnah? Yeah. And while he's traveling, for some Ashura, he fasted Ashura. He didn't fast Ramadan when he was traveling, but he fasted Ashura. Why? They asked him. Yeah. Say, why you break your fast in Ramadan and you don't break your fast in Ashura? He said, Ramadan, Allah said, عدة من أيام الأخرى. Yes, and other days you can fast. What about Ashura? For Ashura, we miss the rewards. That's why I like to fast. That shows how important it is to fast Ashura. There is one topic scholars disagreed. Can we fast Saturday on the Sunnah fast? Majority of the scholars say you can't fast. But I believe you can't fast. When you look to the evidence, you can see you can't fast. But a lot of scholars say, if ask, you can fast on Saturday, the Sunnah. So this issue of the fasting Saturday, we discuss inshallah in one lecture itself. When you see all evidences, you decide. When you see all evidences, you decide. Yeah. It doesn't mean we are in democracy, we see the majority and we go with the majority. It doesn't mean religion, that doesn't mean that. Religion is evidence. So when you see all evidence of both sides, you'll decide. There's a lot of things has been disagreed. Like Jama'ah finish masjid, 2-3 people come. Can they pray Jama'ah together? Scholars disagree. You want to search. Yeah. You come to a masjid, you sit. Is it wajib to pray the masjid or not? Yeah. Okay. Niqab, is it wajib or not? Yeah. A lot of things scholars disagree. Want to know, want to investigate yourself, and then one side, you say this side right, and I'm following that side. If you say, this sheikh says this sheikh says this, you'll be confused, like one who rides 2 horses. If you ride 2 horses, what's happening? You split. So you be confusion. Sheikh say this, sheikh say this. Every sheikh looked where he got the evidence from. And then you can see which one is strong. So this is fasting of Saturday. Prophet don't fast Saturday except the Farad. And that's where, except the Farad, that's where the discussion came. And scholars proudly disagreed. Inshallah, when we read that, you'll see. The third point, مخالفة اليهود والنصارى. Yeah. Always be different and different than Jewish and Christians. That's one essential in the religion. Sahih ibn Abu Dawud عن ابن عمر قال صلى الله عليه وسلم من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. If you imitate any people, you are one of them. Imitation has different ways. Even shaving your hair. If you shave your hair and put X, Y, Z on your hair, you're imitating kuffar. That means you're imitating kuffar. Yeah. If you shave your beard, you're imitating kuffar. That's a lot of things you should be aware of that. Yeah, a lot of things you should be aware of that. Yeah. But if there's something, and Jews act something way, we have to differ. So if you imitate any people, you'll be with them. How you can be with them on the judgment day? Same queue. On the judgment day, same queue. Say Abu Dawud, Prophet خالف اليهود فإنهم لا يصلون في نعالهم ولا خفافهم. They don't pray with their shoes or with their hoof. You can't bring shoes in the killing carpet, but sometimes you can pray your shoes in any way. Wear your shoes. Why? To be different than Jewish or Jews. Ahmad bin Hanbal said, every hadith I hear in my life, I try to implement. I try to implement. In his last days, he had one hadith, it was not time to implement. I was feeling sorry, so sick. So we see that hadith inshallah. But every hadith you hear, you have to implement. But Prophet speaking to you. There's something of the Prophet ﷺ. Prophet say something and does something. Which one we should take? That's discussion. Very clear. For example, you come from work, you are tired. You want to sit, you eat your dinner, relax. Your son, 4 years old, you want him to go to bed. When you sit in the sitting room, you say to him, go to bed. What he should do? Does he obey your action or does he obey your order? If you say, no, dad is sitting there, I'm sitting also. Are you going to be happy with him? So that action, the command you give him, overrides the action. So if Prophet says something and does something, his command overrides the action. If there's action without anything, it's sunnah to take it. Action of the Prophet ﷺ without anything. So that's basically how you build Islam. It needs to understand the fiqh point. So here, be different than Yehud. Also another hadith. لا يسبغون. They don't dye their hair. They leave it white. Your hair is white, and your hair is white. Why? You didn't want to imitate kuffar and make your hair white, no? Age is making you Haywan, isn't it? But you have should be different than Jewish. So you should put dye. And the only dye known at that time was henna, red henna. Now you can find different colors. It's not allowed. You can find black henna, dark henna, not black, dark henna. That's not allowed. Only normal henna. فخالفون is a bit different than Jewish. Here, the third point, خالف المشركين in general. Who is a mushrikeen? Whoever not Muslim, in general terminology. أوفر اللحى, leave the beard without any touching or without any cutting. Means don't try even to make it nice. This is long. This is short. This is long. This is short. This is long. This is short. Leave us al-Qur'an. Only the length you can control. For more than for a width of 4 fingers, but nothing else. Leave us. Yes. أوفوا اللحى. وحفوا الشوارب means trim the mustache. It doesn't mean shave the mustache. It doesn't mean shave the mustache. It means trim. Take the scissors, whatever, trim it. But you can't, if you shave, Imam Malik said, you should get ta'zir, you should be slashed. Because you change khalq Allah if you shave the mustache. Just a trim. When it comes to Ashura, Prophet ﷺ, we say start the Ashura which year? Second year. Third, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. What year the Prophet died? 10th, 11th. He can't die 2 years, 10th, 11th. 11th. Okay. So 11, he died which month? We say Rabi' al-Awwal. So Muharram, Prophet said this hadith. Because that time, Islam, I think, has been established. It should be different than Christian and Jewish for everything. Prophet ﷺ, فَإِنْ بَقِيتُ إِلَىٰ قَابِلٍ, if I live until next year, that's earlier, year 11, لَا أَصُومَنَ التَّاسِعَ, I will fast the 9th. We used to fast 10th, isn't it? And then 9th, I do that. Why? To be different than Jewish. لَا أَصُومَنَ التَّاسِعَ. Prophet ﷺ, say, when he passed, they told him, this is the day which has been grateful for Jewish. Say, inshallah, next year, I will fast the 9th. When next year comes, which year is that? It's the Ashar. Yeah? 2 Rasulullah, Prophet was alive. They say, I will fast 9, but it didn't reach next year after to fast 9. So what about us? We fast 9. To be different than? Yes. So Ibn Abbas said, Sumu التاسع والعاشر. Now last to implement the hadith of Prophet ﷺ. Prophet died, that's to implement this hadith. You should fast the 9th and 10th. وخالف اليهود. That's the reason. To be different than Jewish. That's the reason. وبهذا الحديث إن المذهب الشافعي أحمد بن حنبل إسحاق. Do you know? Did you hear the مذهب إسحاق? إسحاق بن راهوية. Yes. 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 إسحاق بن راهوية. There is 11 مذهبs. 11 مذهبs. They disappeared because of people who are following. Yeah. For example, if you see, there's Imam called Imam al-Layth. Let me say. This Imam was colleague of Imam Malik. He was no more knowledgeable than Imam Malik. was knowledgeable than Imam Malik. He moved to Egypt. His students become proudly working in the field of government in Qadi and this and that. Imam Malik, Medina, there's not a lot of job to do. Students, they start to teach what he learned from Imam Malik. So Imam Madhab is spread. But Imam Layth Madhab, it is spread. Yeah. So there's 11 Madhabs will disappear. Yeah. So Imam Layth has Madhab, Imam Abu Ishaq al-Rahawiyah has Madhab, there's a lot of Madhabs. So these three, they say, yes, that hadith, yes, it's standing, we should take that hadith. And fast the 9th and 10th. There is what is called weak hadith. Prophet fast Ashura, but be different than Jewish. How? صوم يوم قبله ويوم بعده. 3 days. First Ashura, day before and day after. That's 3 days. Oh, here, oh, the 2 hadiths. Hadith says, صوموا قبل يوم أو بعده. So that all means either first 9th and 10th or 10th, 11th. That hadith is weak. Yeah. Ashura you can't fast 11th. Ashura is only 9th and 10th. Celebration of the day of Ashura. People congratulate. That's haram. صحيح مسلم عن أبي موسى الأشعري رضي الله عنه قال كان أهل خيبر. Who is Abu Khaybar? People who has been kicked out from Medina, they settled in Khaybar. They used to fast يوم العاشوراء and يتخذونه عيدا. They treat him as Eid. They celebrate that day. ويلبسون نساءهم في حليهم وشعراتهم. And they let the women wear the nice and beautiful clothes and jewelry. So what do you do, Muslims? You can't congratulate, you can't get new clothes, you can't do this, you can't do this. What's required from us? For you it's only to fast. It's not eat, just to fast on that day. Bid'ah da Yawm al-Ashura. There's 2 bid'ah happens on the day of Ashura. You have to be aware of the 2 bid'ah. Ibn Taymiyyah said, yeah, اتخاذ طعام خارج عن العادة. To cook that day food which is other than the normal food of you cook. Yeah. That day you put special food. Or تجديد ملابس, or you are getting new clothes, وتوسعنا فقط, or you give extra expense to the family on that day, or you buy that day what you need through the year. All that is عبادة مختصة, or you are praying that night as special كصلاة مختصة. or لك التحال والاقتدام, maybe كحل or حنة, or الاغتسال والتسافر, or you are shaking hands of others for that day. Yeah. Or tazawur, or feast to each other that day. Or feast in the masjid and graves. Or نحو ذلك. Yeah. Or that bid'atul munkaratun, it's bid'ah. On that day you are not doing something different than what you done yesterday or what you are planning to do tomorrow. Normal day. Only is fasting. Bid'ah, this bid'ah. لم يسنها الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم. Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم didn't make it sunnah for us on that. Look how he's making his teaching. Prophet didn't do it. Okay, look the companions, Sahaba, Prophet they didn't do it. Well, Sahaba, none of the Imams, they said it's good to celebrate or to shake hands on that day. لا مالك ولا ثوري ولا الليث بن سعد ولا أبو حنيفة ولا أوزاعي ولا الشافعي ولا أحمد بن حنبل ولا أصحاب الرهبية. All these are Imams of the Madhabis. All of that, none said it's good to celebrate or do something extra on that day. So it's a bid'ah. Another bid'ah, which happened later on, وصار الشيطان starts to make his business now. بسبب قتل حسين رضي الله عنه. Hussein has been killed. Hussein who? Hussein bin Ali. One has been killed 10th of Muharram. That day. Has been killed. So what happened? They said, Bid'at al-Huzn wal-Nawh. It's grieving and wailing that day. You should not happy. You should wail and cry on that day. So this group, Shaitan gave them another idea. Jews were celebrating. They come to Shia, say, you should cry, don't celebrate, don't be happy. من الردم slapping, والصراخ screaming, والبكاء crying. That's also another bid'ah. وقت النية صيام النفل. When you are fasting in Ramadan, Ramadan is not valid fasting unless you make your intention before Fajr. What about Sunnah? Any Sunnah. Any Sunnah, anytime. For a condition. Yeah. For example, Dhuhr time, you decide to fast today. For one condition. You didn't eat, you didn't drink, you didn't have intercourse. If you didn't do that three, you can fast any time in the daytime. If 1 hour before sunset, you can make your intention to fast. So وقت النية, when you should make your intention, صيام النفل for the sunnah fasting. صحيح مسلم عائشة أم المؤمنين قالت دخل على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ذات يوم فقال برس عسم بريد فجر بريد إشراق maybe he goes to market and come back and come home. Now it's time for the breakfast. Now the time of breakfast. هل عندكم شيء? Is there anything to eat? She said no. بارك الله فيك. He said, إذن صائم. If that's the case, I'm fasting. So Prophet's intention of fasting when it came, when he discovered it, there's nothing to eat. He decided. So scholars, they make what is called ruling from here. What breaks you fast? Food breaks you fast. Drink breaks you fast. Sexual intercourse breaks you fast. If you don't do that three, you can fast from any time in the daytime. But when it comes farad and qada of the farad, it should be night before Fajr. Very clear that, inshallah. كثرة الصوم, to fast a lot. To fast a lot. What's the value? To fast a lot. سنن الجامع عثمان بن أبي العاص. Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم الصيام جنة. Shield. What's the shield used? What shield used for? Protection. Even the coat you are wearing in the winter is a shield, isn't it? Protect you from cold. Yeah? You should turn بها العبد من النار. So fasting is a shield, protects you from hellfire. So which fast here? Farad or Sunnah? Sunnah. First wajib, you have to fast. Yeah. There's a lot of sunnah, a lot of shirk you'll get. حذيفة ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ومن ختم الله بصوم يوم. If your life ends the day you are fasting, محتسب على الله عز وجل. And this is because of Allah. For the sake of Allah, you are fasting that day. And you die that day. دخل الجنة. The paradise. So you fast one day, and you are expecting Allah to reward you that day. You get rewards if you die that day. So when you are going to die, look, you die when you don't know. So that means fast a lot. That means fast a lot. That one will be safe. Yes. Okay. All this, when you see blue writing, either Quran or Hadith, authentic Hadith. Blue writing means either Quran or authentic Hadith. Red is weak Hadith. Other is, if it's bold, the command is not bold, scholars. That's how we yes. So in here, and Rasulullah, so Hadith. No one can say you are going to paradise if you do this except the Prophet. حديث متفق عليه. أبو سعيد الخدري, I hear the Prophet say, من صام يوما في سبيل الله, if you fast a day for the sake of Allah, بعد الله وجهه عن النار. Allah will place hellfire far and far from your face. Two hadith, 70 خريفا, in the distance of 70 years walking. Yeah. Or another hadith, yeah, in distance of 100 years walking. Yeah. For one day, 70 years walking is far. If you fast second day, another 70 years. Fast a lot, how many years you will be far from hellfire? That means you are not going to enter the hellfire. Because you are far and far and far from both of the fasting. You know how important it is? قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من صام يوما في سبيل الله. If you fast one day for the sake of Allah, جعل الله بينه وبين النار خندقا, trench in between you and Allah. ما بين السماء والأرض. The trench which is between heavens and earth. You how big it is. Far and far and far. بارك الله فيك. فإذا كانت تيجي. Yeah. Okay. Now, you are fasting. You are breaking your fast. Help someone else to break their fast. It doesn't mean that person is wealth or not. It doesn't mean he's able to buy his iftar or not. Yeah. But this is connection between the Muslims. Yeah. If you're not, your neighbor is try to send it somewhere else to feed the Muslims. سنة أبي داود زيد بن خالد الجهني قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من فطر صائما, whoever give iftar, provide iftar for someone fasting, كان مثل أجره, he will get similar to his rewards. That means وقال الله ينقص من أجر الصائم شيئا, not decrease anything from the person who is fasting. Take 5 people, feed them in the fasting, you get your rewards. You got the other 5, 6, isn't it? And even they got their own rewards. They aren't losing anything. That means try to think. So what's the means fattara? If I give you simple food, is that fattara? Fattara means meal. Meal. Yeah? Meal. Person can eat after his fasting. That's the essential. التهنئة is our problem here. التهنئة, congratulating of the new year. قال عثيمين, congratulating in the new year was not known by the Salaf. Who are the Salaf? Who are the Salaf? Salaf are first 300 years. 300 years. Start from the time of the companions. And the Tabi'iyun and أتباع التابعين. Yeah. What was not custom for them is not going to be custom for Muslims. That's what you build your life. ولهذا تركها أولى. It's better to leave it because it's not known by the Salaf. Albani said, Albani always is specific. He said, كل عام وأنتم بخير. Happy New Year. What's that Happy New Year? He said, تحية الكفار. That's the greeting of the kuffar. We're going to say Happy New Year. Because there's no New Year for us. And our New Year is happy or not. You say New Year, and your wife have cancer, your son has broken legs. Is a New Year happy for you? Yeah. So that's not the way of kuffar. Yeah. Just they take the side, they can be happy. But life is not happy. Life is tested. Yeah. ليبلونكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Life is tested, not happiness. If you look happiness in the life, you are wrong. Yeah. Look to how you can succeed for the test you are facing. Yeah. Ahmed Muhammad said, if I don't feel sick for a while, I worry about myself. What's this test? You want to be healthy, wealthy, peaceful for your life? No, that's not. That's not. You are contradicting how Allah created us. Your wish is wrong. You have to be ready to be sick, to be blind, to be deaf, to be disabled, to be hungry, to be poor, to be an enemy can take over you. All that is a part of the life. How you can come back to Allah in that case? That's the test. Yeah. Abdur-Razaq said, it's not suitable for the Muslim to congratulate at the beginning of the year. Yeah. And there's it's not a season to congratulate. We don't know evidence, that's the point. We don't know evidence. What's the evidence? Yes. Everything we say, what's the evidence? That's the question. If you follow the evidence, we'll be united. Yes. ولا نعلم له دليلا. Yeah. So here is conclusion of the lecture. Number one, fasting day of Arafah, sunnah mu'akkada, is a strong sunnah. You agree that? Strong sunnah. It's not wajib, it's strong. ولها أجر عظيم. You have a great reward. Here, don't specify fasting Saturday, except what's obligated. And I talked about this before. Number 3, congratulating for the beginning of the year is imitating the kuffar. Imitating the kuffar means it's haram. You can't. والله أعلم. سبحانك الحمد لله لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. وصلى الله وسلم على النبي وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Now, I'm thinking what I should start with you. What you need to learn. And I think Ramadan, we want to focus on Ramadan. I want to start the book of fasting in Bulugh al-Maram. So what do you do? Get Bulugh al-Maram, and then hadiths will authenticate. And you can write which hadith is authentic, which is not authentic, and comments of few hadiths. Want to finish that book? It takes normal a year and a half to finish. But I try to focus and do a lot to finish before Ramadan. That's number 1. Number 2, Taraweeh. Taraweeh is a problem we are facing. And here, we will go inshallah through this. Can you see this file? This, you have to all this, also lectures. Yeah. 320. When we are going to reach. Yeah.
Lectures. Oh. I hope I'll be still here. 320.
Okay. Now, I'm focusing on here. Yeah. What I want to show you. This file. Qiyamul. I say how to break Qiyamul first. Each of these links are in the YouTube. You can find it, no problem. Okay? Number 2, al-lecture, number of rak'ahs. Number 3, which are not don't agree with me. Yeah. Tahajjud in Ramadan is bid'ah. To do Tahajjud in Ramadan is bid'ah. Yes. They do everywhere. Yes. Okay? If you're doing the haram, it's not bid'ah. If you're doing the haram, it's not bid'ah. If you're doing Prophet al-Masjid, it's bid'ah. The difference, we discuss that difference. We want to know. Yeah. So that is 3. I want to give each one as a lecture. Yeah. And then you can get all that in YouTube, whenever you want. Yeah. But that's also side of what is called tahajjud in or qiyamul layl in Ramadan, or in general. This general, how to pray tahajjud. General, number of the rak'ahs is in general, yeah, from 1 to 13 and more than 13. And to do it in the Ramadan, another chapter. Want to know this. Yeah. And book of fasting, so I don't know how we can get time. But we want to finish that, yeah, inshallah, in a year. So that means we will take long hours on the lesson if you are able to do it. Yeah. I was preferring before Dhuhr half an hour, after Dhuhr an hour. But it's not easier to find that. Yeah. So we need time to cut.
Before Dhuhr is a big thing,
so can we make it Asr before Asr, after Asr? Think about it. Think about it. We build the group. Yeah, yes, you build the group. Yeah. Because when it comes to winter, when it's coming to the winter and Asr, it's difficult for me. I travel 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours coming, 2 hours coming. So that so going back, that 2 hours of coming Maghrib and after Asr, Maghrib is closed, yeah, and then pray Maghrib in the station or wherever, not comfortable and huge night in the house. That's not. But in the summer we can do it Asr, yeah, before and after. Yeah, if you agree, I agree. But I need time for Asr and time after Asr to be able to cover a lot of things. But that is for condition if imams have no lessons.
Weekend, no.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, so that. But the problem here, I give you monthly. Because Saturday, Sunday, I have lesson in. Yes. And I can't easily locate or
Once a month.
Once a month. That's why I want to cover a lot. So first Sunday of month, we try to cover. Yeah. If I get a bit energy, I can add another day. Yeah. So that is the question. Now, you can talk now and let me eat. Yes. That is waiting.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Yes, YouTube channel. There is website. There is what it called app. Yes. One of the students, yeah, most students, they live in America. He done the website and the app free of charge. And when we are registering app in Apple, he wants to pay himself. I say no, he make effort, he's not paying. Because you have a bank account, you put the money £5 whatever a month, for the reason of the da'wah, to pay the da'wah. Of also this what is called Zoom. Yeah, we pay yearly from Taiwan. If the account is empty, it will be trouble. Also, this software. Come. This software, Camtasia. A lot of students, they got for me dodgy version. Yeah. Not paying anything. I say I can't use that for my religion. Yeah. I say I will pay 220 yearly for this. Instead of doing, cheating and giving religion at the same time. And then another point, yes, another point, to upload this to a certain safe place, yeah, it needs also. So there's a lot of cost. Yeah. But what I do, in the group I create today, I will put the links, yeah, and then they can take from there. Yeah. YouTube is very simple. YouTube is very simple, where you are now. Yeah. What's that? Yes. So, nforyou.com, you can type if you want to. Let me show you something. Where is this one? This one we are in now. Yeah. I've seen nforyou.com, that's the website. youtube.com/nforyou, that's the channel. Yeah, no problem. I'll put itself in that group. Yeah, you can click and then you can get what you want. Yeah, that's, yeah. And also donation to what you call da'wah for the costs of around. That also required. So you can find it there, inshallah, or details. Yeah. And there's some Somalis, don't confuse when you see some Somalis in there for YouTube. Yeah. Because I upload some Somalis thing. If you go to our website.
Some Somalis lectures.
Yeah.
This one I understand English.
Yes, can I get the internet here?
Internet, you know the password.
The password here?
Okay, inshallah. Question?
Yes, Sheikh, I have one question.
Yes, question.
So if the non-Muslims say to us, Happy New Year, how do we respond to them like our neighbors, the non-Muslims? Because say Happy New Year, Happy New Year. As a Muslim, how do you respond?
That's the problem. I say we don't say Happy New Year. You don't congratulate them. Open the eyes, raise the brows.
Can we say same to you? Because
No.
You find it difficult not to respond.
Same to you means you already said the rest. I'm going to accept it. No.
Because if you don't respond as a neighbor,
No, it's respond, but respond the tough way, not the way shows you are accepted or you are happy. Or, yeah. That, inshallah. Yes. Yes, the question.
See the hadith of Abu Hurairah about the best month after Ramadan of fasting is the month of Allah. Is that regarding only Yawm al-Ashura, or you get rewarded for more than fasting that day?
Most of the month. First month of the month, you get more reward. But if it's fasting any other month, a lot. Not only Ashura. Look at this here.
Yes, it's coming from.
No, this list is a website. In this list, you see my screen.
No, sir. The internet is not working. The internet is not coming.
No, I mean connection. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So you see on the high side the list of I put.
That's the Wi-Fi district.
No. Okay, so it's off. Isn't it?
Yes, off, yeah.
You're saving money. Okay.
We need a connection. Musa collecting the
Okay. Yes, ask inshallah. Asal Kuwaiti. Asal Kuwaiti. Yeah. Asal Kuwaiti. What? Inshallah. Yeah.
I got one question.
You are Bakhil, only one, huh? What?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "An-nafsu bin-nafs." Nobody is implementing nowadays this. People will go to prison for 20 years. Islam would, they are not implementing the Sharia. What will be their status?
If you talk about Sharia, yeah, you don't implement Sharia for everything, not only killing. Understand? Yeah? Not implement for everything. And that's the system we are living. At least we implement it according to your ability. But don't force others. You know, this Khawarij, they force the community to implement, and that's right, that's wrong. You can't don't have authority to force anyone to do anything. But for you, implement according to your ability. Yeah, mustard. And then, if there is a problem of that killing, yeah, authority will decide. If you want you decide yourself, yeah, that's a problem it will create. Yes, so leave authority to decide, and authority not decide Islamic way. So we don't have anything to. Yeah. But don't try to put a bump in here to force people to accept. That's the worst. That's the worst. Yes.
Sorry, Sheikh, just that. You guys in the same topic. If you live in a village in your country, not here.
Even ability. You can't. What ability you have? No, but what ability you have? We're talking about Muslim lands. What ability you have? Yeah. There's army. Yeah. There is solicitors. There is economy. Yeah. All that are for leader. Yeah. What ability you have? Nothing.
You're a chief, for example, you're a chief in a village.
But chief of village, you can't override the government. Yes, you understand? The government will intervene if you override the law of the land. So you have paralyzed. Yeah. Chief, that's it for the name. You do this, don't. But when you come to a law, you can't implement the law which is has not been approved by leaders of the land. Otherwise, you are going to be in problem. So that doesn't happen. Doesn't work like that. Yes. So you have limited. And say, Alhamdulillah, you have limited power. Yeah? But if you have power and you don't implement, you'll be in hellfire. So Alhamdulillah, I don't have power. That's a certain excuse you have. So don't bother about this. Yes.
Can I try to connect my internet from my phone?
To where?
To your laptop, if you want.
Okay. Welcome. Yeah. Yes. Abi. Yes.
Thinking about it. You should come with this.
This one? Yeah, no, next week.
You already do it. No, not really. Are you there? No, I'm not. Nice, very wise. All my life I told you wise.
Yes. Ask question. What do you do? Always like mobile. Any question comes to your mind, just write in your message, in your notes. You see that you have 50 questions. When you see someone you think they know more than you, ask them. Prioritize which one is priority for you to ask. And you learn a lot. But when I ask questions, your mind is blind. You don't know which one. So that you always try to. Yes.
Check. Regarding doing research about hadith, can we take like one topic and you go through all the hadith in the different books of Sahih, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Ibn Majah, all the different hadith.
That will take years and ages. It's not this simple. I remember when we was studying, there was one hadith, short hadith, about Hajj. Aisha narrated. I have different versions. And the Sheikh gave us, he said, search this hadith. At that time, there was nothing called internet, rather than Google. We went to library. And library man, he said, yes, I open after Asr, I close Isha. We said to him, let's agree. We pay something for the electricity of the place. After Isha, until Fajr, we want to stay. He blocked us. He said, okay. After Isha, we came to, we was like 7 of us. We want to start the hadith. And then after Isha, we came, he locked us. And he left and went home. We sat in there, searching the hadith. We got the Bukhari. We don't know which number in Bukhari hadith is. So 7,000 hadith, we should go through, scan one by one to get the hadith. And they see the version, and who narrates the version, and write. And they go to Muslim, and one by one, 7,000 hadith. When we are nearly 3/4 of a job had been done, Fajr came, he opened it for us. We went with him to masjid, come back to masjid, come in, he looked on us. Until he came 10 o'clock, was sitting there doing. So if you got one hadith in books, we lost. We are taking huge time and huge effort. It's not easy. It's simple. It's the most simple is that take Sahih Muslim, which is most authentic and most simple book, and read. That will be good. Because Bukhari is a bit complicated. Bukhari is a bit complicated. You need someone to tell you the techniques of Bukhari. Abu Dawood have some weak hadith. Tirmidhi more hadith. I think, let me say, Abu Dawood some weak hadith. Tirmidhi more weak hadith. Nasa'i more weak hadith. Ibn Majah more and more weak hadith. So that's how they are in order. So we don't know which one. But if you take Muslim, authentic and simple way and structure, and the titles are put by Imam Nawawi, you can understand. That will be okay. That will be okay. On top of that, I told you, Rahiq al-Makhtum, Nil Sector. If you read every night, you will learn exactly how the da'wah has been structured to make foundation. And that structure, we are the same structure. Now we are living in the era of Makkah. We are weak, we are ignorant, and we are under dominant power of not Muslims. So how we can live in there? That's not allowed to do jihad. Jihad, Red Cross, not allowed on that time. Allah didn't allow Muslims in Makkah to do jihad. And we are same in Makkah. We can't do jihad. Nothing called jihad. Jihad is only jihad for your nafs. Fight on your soul, how to come 5 times in the Muslim. That's only jihad you have. Nothing else. So then only implement, you can find something. So it's not something simple. People have wish, but that wish doesn't work. You have to look to the reality we are living in. Oh, Prophet went to jihad. Okay, and then when he went to jihad, what was the situation? He was the head of the Medina. He went to jihad. You are not in the head of even your house. Rather than to go to jihad. That's the reality. That's the reality. So what jihad you are talking about? Just if you do the jihad 5 times to the masjid, you are lucky. If job doesn't prevent you to go to 5 times salah, your soul will prevent you. Oh, I'm tired, I'm this, and that's problems. Oh, yes.
Regarding this time that we're living, where there is a lot of distraction and a lot of the youth, they're even more distracted than the distractions that are available. So how can one really be focused, pursuing knowledge
before that, this is a website. Look at the title we are starting. This knowledge is religion. Yeah. So be careful where you get your religion from. Imam Sirin said this. Doesn't mean every time say la la la, you take from him and say he's good sheikh. Especially when they show off the big beard and white trousers and turban and fashion. Doesn't mean he's knowledgeable. Yes, we have to do this here on this corner. You see English and Somali. What I was telling you. And here calculation zakah. I don't know. Most of you boys don't need zakah. This is a dua supplication for Maghrib and Fajr. This is a library. On the library you can search. Yeah. You can search in the library. For example here. Yeah. What's up? If you don't search, you can take through whatever shows in here. Yeah. Allah, to see Allah. Yeah. So, here, Allah speaks to the servant. Where's Allah? When I start Allah and messengers, and then Aqidah, and then Salah, and then the way I put it down. This is a short means the lectures which have the lecture should be recorded. For example, this one, if you open, yeah. Why it didn't open? It's not website, internet. Isn't it? And now, this one you'll see bullet points for lectures in what it's called in YouTube for shorts. Yeah. PDF, you get it's PDF. It's the lecture, it's not lessons. Yeah. Also in YouTube. Yeah. If you say all, get everything in there. So you can go through that. Yeah. Okay, inshallah. It's the aim for you to go. That is the website. Yeah. YouTube. It's a YouTube. And for you, and for you. This is the lecture here. This Bulugh Maram I teach in Woolwich. This is a Samal lecture. This is talking about looking to the face of the deceased person. Inshallah, in 2 weeks' time I will record in Woolwich in English. But I record this in Somali now. Means the people normal what they do. Someone dies, oh, I want to see his face. After the shroud, they show the face and the people come to look to the face. Haram. They say, oh, what is it done? We want to see that, what it has been. So that lecture was in there. Yeah. This is Ajrumiya in Somali. This is Janazah in Somali. Yeah. Yes, and then videos. That is what we find in there. Bulugh al-Maram. Yeah. The Tahajjud in Ramadan has not been proven. That means it's bid'ah. It's a lectures. Yeah. Lectures of the Tarawih. Night prayer. I'll show you that recorded. Night prayer here. Yeah. Each one is like 7-5 minutes each one. It's not something much. Yeah. Yeah. Tahajjud. It's a winter compulsory, yeah, because the Madhab says winter is compulsory. Yeah. Yeah. Here, common mistakes of the prayer. In the prostration, you have seen the person shows his fast one, you have seen his short, always tight, short, wearing, that's not common for the youths. And this one also. Yeah. So the book of Salah, and then nikah, yeah, the cabin. Mm. This is what the normal. Yeah. So that you can find that in what is called in the YouTube, on the website. On the website you can put what is called, we can put links of we can put here links of what is called app. Yes, I have. I'll send it to you, inshallah. Now, we talk about youths. What about elders? Yeah. Yeah. Because, when you are in the caravan, yeah, the back camel, it follows what is footsteps of. So if you don't, if the elders lost it, the youth will lose. Understand? If the dad is ignorant, what do you expect his children to be? Yeah. So you can't treat them because most of the time they are with their ignorant parents. Yeah. I had problem of, I was teaching a madrasa, children. So the father, they bring the children and they go to sit in the restaurant 2 hours while teacher is learning the Quran. I told them that your children will never learn the Quran in that case. Yeah. I said, sit in the masjid and learn something yourself and show them. Do you read the Quran at home? No. So how are you expecting children to go home and revise the Quran? After 30 years, they're all on the street, their children. So don't think about youth, think about elders. Yeah? Then they have to correct themselves. Otherwise, children have no hope. Because children live in opposite society. Yeah? Opposite society. And then house is corrupted, and outside corrupted. What you are doing, 2 hours you bring them to masjid, you're expecting them to be right? Never. Yeah? So that's where the problem lies. Yes. Yeah. You see, when we have seen in Turkey, we should go to the masjid, 60 years old, 70 years old, yeah? No youth. Yeah. And that's what, because society took them. But this dad, 70 years old, is ignorant. He didn't teach Quran when he was young. He didn't teach religion. Albani said, At-tarbiyah wa tasfiyah. Tasfiyah means take the authentic hadith. And then tarbiyah means implement it. Yeah. Which dad is implementing religion before you talk about his children? Yeah. So James focused on push the elders to learn. Yes. After that, the children will learn. Yeah, that is what my advice. Yeah. Yes, inshallah, yes.
How can you set up your environment at home to make sure that it will help people to focus more on learning and on less on distractions?
You can't do it with your parents. But when you have a wife, you can establish that with your wife and try to establish something useful and start in that. And where you are, the wife will follow, the children will follow immediately. Yes. But if you are a bit loose, what do you expect?
So like no phones or something?
No, phones yes, but I mean phones have been controlled. Yeah. What you need from phones in the first place? Yeah. Distract, you need sometimes, really, when they are 15 years old, 16, they need phones sometimes, but not the way they are using now. Not the way they are using now. Yeah. With controlling. But if you don't have time to read Quran, time to sit with them, someone came. You have seen my son reading Quran, and he said, "How you reach that Quran?" Yeah. I said, "What happened to your children?" He said, "Have 3. That doesn't pass all of Allah." I said, "Because you are on the road 24 hours looking for money. When was last time you sat with them?" That's what we miss. Yeah? That's what we miss. You have to turn to the family, to sit with them, the wife, the children, religion. If you don't have, you can't do lecture, do something on the internet and let them to learn or read them Quran, or all those things. And the most important, that children 10 and over, yeah, wake them up 6 o'clock, not half 8 for the school. No, 6 o'clock, let them pray Fajr, let them to read the Quran, start the day. If you don't do it and you are in the bed, you're expecting them. We don't have to blame the children. We blame the parents who established them a certain way. And then they are complaining the parents. We have to go back to think about it. Yeah. Kama titinu tutanu. How you implement the religion, how you get feedback from others. If you abuse everyone, what you expecting them to abuse you back? So how you implement religion, you get feedback for that from your family. Yeah. Otherwise, we are in danger.
That draws my attention to another, perhaps, pandemic that we're suffering from as youth in this part of the world regarding marriage and the attitude of the sisters, or let's say the women, and sometimes we will say their parents putting materialism in front and not prioritizing the deen and seriousness. So how can one really survive and get a good person?
The problem here, you are accusing the sisters the way they behave. But how they behave, yeah, is a reflection of how the boys behave with them. They don't come from nowhere to behave that way. Yeah? And especially the trust. Yes, your son. Yeah? So how the boys behave how they learn from their dad. How the girl behave. There's one boy, I was teaching him since he was 8. And he really wants to get a good marriage. And he got someone. Yeah. They are not Somali. They are not Somali. So the family are going to meet. Here. Yeah. So he insisted me to come with the family to see the case. I went there. He thought not happy for me to come. His mom not happy for me to come. Because it's family to family. But he insisted. We were sitting on the table, talking, diverted to native language, which I don't understand. They know. Yeah. And the mother of the daughter, she stood up. She went to the kitchen. Yeah. And by the way, there's mirror on the side. I can see from mirror there. She looked to her husband. He looked to her. She said this. Yeah. He stood up. I said to the boy, drop that girl. Why? I've seen how her mom was dealing with her dad. So he said, no. She's religion. She knows this. She's wearing niqab. I said, drop it. He didn't. And until now he's suffering. She called him that way. Very serious matter here. Other things you ignore, but so ignore mother, teach her daughter. Ignore father, teach his son. So whom you should blame now? You can't blame girls, you can't blame boys. Boys' origin. Okay, Abu Hurairah's son-in-law. No one knows his name, isn't it? MashaAllah, Sa'id Musayyib. He's the greatest fuqaha of Medina. Yes. In his lesson in the masjid of the Prophet, he missed one of his students for a while. And then the student came back. He asked him, what happened to you? Did you travel? He said, no, my wife was sick. Oh, Allah kifa shifa. She passed away. She passed away, yeah. Okay. I gave you my daughter. The lesson, everyone hears. You say, accept. Nikah finished. It doesn't need to bring Maulana to get someone and say, Allah, Allah. That doesn't need that way. Yeah? You are the boy, and 2 weeks I say, I give you my daughter. He said, accept it. Finished Nikah. Established it. And then he went back home. House. Yeah. In his school, there's a small bread and not nice food. He was eating it after Isha. Knock the door. He said, who is it? Saeed. I don't have any friend called Saeed. Yeah. Open the door. Imam Saeed is in that day. And no one saw Imam Saeed anywhere in Medina except the masjid, his shop, and his house, and janazah. He shot. What brought? He said, he come to my mind, maybe he changed his mind. Yeah. He thought it's standing behind him. He said, I don't want you to sleep without your wife tonight. It doesn't mean wedding here and music here and clothes here and spending nothing. And then his mom here says, no, until I prepare her, you are not going to her. Yeah. And he said, he found her half the Quran, yeah. Fiqh, even Arabic poet, she came by heart. Where she got that from? From the Prophet? From the house, isn't it? Yeah. And one man, he married, he said he needs a knowledgeable girl. Yeah. They look for him. They found a knowledgeable girl. He married her. In the night, he wanted to come to her. She said, no, wait. Sunnah is to say this. Sunnah is to read this dua. Sunnah is, yes. Yeah, okay, what dua I should read? Do this. And then Sunnah is to kiss first. Sunnah is, he said, wait for me. He went, he disappeared 2 months. Yeah. People are looking for him. What happened? He came back. What happened to you? He said, until I learn what she knows, it's not going to be my wife. So you can't say, oh, I'm on the street, half my pump is showing, half my VW here, and I want niqab, daughter, girl, which has Quran. Nothing. It can't come. It can't come. So we are in mess. Why in mess? Because parents are mess. So whom you blame now? Yeah. So before you get married, test the father, what he knows. Test his aqidah. Look to the mom. If she put in something behind the door on Wednesday and say, Thursday we do this, Friday we don't cook. So, you understand? So look to them before you look to a girl and her face and her beauty. Yeah. And that's the reality. And we'll never come back unless حتى ترجعوا إلى دينكم, until you come back to religion. So that is the community of Muslims is going down and down and down. Yeah. So that is. Okay, inshallah.
God bless you, Sheikh.
Another question?
How do you respond to some people saying Allah only preserves the Quran, not the Hadith?
Allah? What?
Allah only preserves the Quran and the Hadith.
Allah let the companions to preserve the Hadith. Yeah. Allah preserve the Quran is well known, but not the Hadith. Well known. Why? Because to make effort the Hadith. If everything has been given to you, a golden spoon, what you are going to learn? Yeah. All Hadith authentic, all Quran authentic. So take them, relax. What are you going to learn? It's struggling, yeah, of Ummah to learn that. We have been preserved in Hadith, but we should preserve it. Yeah. By looking to the chains and authenticate. That's it.
You've said like beautiful things, but now the elders are, let's use the word sick. But now, like us the youth coming up, we are actually following them. We know that they are sick. How can we break that chain and start a new trend of goodness?
To study. Look at the time you spent in religion. Yes. When you are studying in uni, you spend 5-6 hours, 3-4 hours at home. When you are working, you spend the time, like 10 hours a day for your work, and then the rest of it, you are tired. So when you are learning, if you don't give minimum 5 hours, and the most difficult time, if you don't give to religion, you are not going to learn. Do you wake up before Fajr and read Quran or pray Tahajjud? Do you stay awake after Fajr to read Quran? The time is which your soul loves to rest. That's the time you should learn religion. So youth need effort to make effort to come out of the shell of Shaitan. Put them in the. I'm tired. I can't do it. I'm tired. I can't go to. I'm tired. You see someone, 3 buses stop at the masjid, can't go say far. You go all the way to Central London for work. How you can put that together? Yes. I remember one is. No, I'm not old, but I remember that Muhammad al-Kray was fighting boxing. And the time they fight in America, yeah, it is 3 o'clock for us in Egypt. We woke up, we come on the sitting room to watch. I remember that. 1970 something. Yeah? And none of them woke up at 3 o'clock for Fajr. So that means, so unless we are put priority in the religion and learn it, effort, yeah, we are not going to change. Yes. That's a condition, hatta, until condition. So we are not in condition, we need easy religion. Why are you struggling in the winter time to go to work and earn if you need easy religion? Why don't look for easy sustain? Why are you staying long hours in the work? There's nothing easy. Yeah? No one's give you anything for in golden spoon. You have to earn. Bukhari, you call it hadith. And then technically of the hadith. Bukhari, there is someone companion, the Prophet. So between the Prophet, there is 5 people. The hadith is better when there's less people between him and the Prophet, isn't it? So we discovered it. The person who taught him hadith, his sheikh is alive. Yes. So 5 people, Bukhari, his teacher, and the teacher of his teacher is alive. So if we remove 2, it will be only 3 James, isn't it? So he traveled to that sheikh. So if I learn from him, directly the hadith, yeah, that will help me hadith be higher, stronger. 3 months he was going there. 3 months to him. Because it's easier, you go to reach a city village, rest a week, 10 days, yeah, and then start to another city, rest, so 3 months. They say he's in that farm, the man. He went to the farm. You have seen that he's struggling with a horse. Yeah. And then what he done? He put his hands for the horse as food. Horse came to him, he hold it. He said, he lied to the horse. What's stopping him to lie to me? He came back. 3 months. And you don't want to work 2 hours to learn 10 hadith. So this is totally upside down. We want religion easy, but dunya, we are struggling and doing effort. It doesn't work. So we need to learn to come out of the problem. Yeah. And when you learn and you need pious wife, Allah will give pious wife. But if you don't learn and don't bother about religion, how can you get pious wife? You can show off pious wife, which is wearing what do you call skin, which is not her own. And tomorrow she shows you her attitude after you marry her. So this is so you learn. That's what can save them. When you see the value of the religion and struggle and you learn, you can come out. Nothing else. No other advice is in there. Yeah. I started the Quran. Ask the Quran. How many people know the Quran? Yeah. The time of Imam Shafi'i, he said he was ashamed to find the Jama'ah someone doesn't know Quran. Now, Jum'ah full, 500 people in the masjid. How many of them is Hafiz? 1, 2, 3. What others? Not only Hafiz, how many of them reads Quran? How many of them have gone through Ibn Kathir tafsir and know meaning of the Quran? Other than ignorant. I remember one, there was 11 of what you call it, 9/11 or 11/9, whatever you call it. There was caricatures. I remember, I don't know why I remember. America was fighting. So who leading America is CIA. Yes. So they put a blind man walking with a dog. So the dog, they're guiding him, isn't it? The dog is blind. And they're walking to the cliff, so they're expecting to fall after each other, isn't it? So we are on that way. We need the religion easily. So one is coming religion easily to you. Why Prophet was struggling and fighting and immigrating and working 1 month, Mecca to Medina, hiding everywhere. 1 week, I think, yeah? Hiding everywhere. How many times has been threatened to kill him? How many times he was hungry and put a stone in his belly? Why didn't he go to work 9 to 5 and leave the religion? You don't have the priority of the religion and want everything aside. It doesn't come. It doesn't come. You need effort. Yeah, effort and effort and effort. After that, everything will be okay. But not the way we are in now. Not the way we are in now. Okay, inshallah. Barakallah fikum. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Inshallah, in next month, we start the book of Bulugh. Yes, yeah, Siyam. Month after, we're talking about Mawlid al-Nabi. Lecture. Mawlid al-Nabi. And there's no other lectures until Ramadan. You carry on. So inshallah, we decide the time suitable for you in the summer. And we'll see you.
What do you think? Better acid? Students, better acid after acid and then lesson or Zuhri and then lesson?
I think like 3 o'clock.
After acid?
Yeah.
Acid is 5:40.
3 to acid. 3 to acid. 3 to acid.
3 to acid?
When it comes to Asr, I say time for Asr and time after Asr. So in the Salah time, I can get a break.
A few minutes before acid.
Not few minutes, half an hour, 4 minutes before Asr, and an hour after Asr. So with 2 lessons, and I take break in the Asr Salah.
So that we start at 5, and then it was the Salah.
Salah.
5 o'clock. Because acid is.
When was the Adhan?
Adhan,
Huh?
5:30.
but it will still change.
No, I mean, say 4:45. Because we need.
This is the Adhan now, for example, this week is 20 past 5.
No, but, people are coming for Salah, 10 past, whatever. Yeah? We should stop the lesson in that case.
Iqama is 45 past. 5:45.
But we can't teach when people are coming to pray the Sunnah for Asr.
During summer, 1 or 2.
Summer hardly people come, sir.
They don't come.
They just come for Salah.
Let's do 4:45. Yeah? 45? And then after Asr also? Yeah. Inshallah. Yeah. And if you finish before 7, I can catch to reach home Maghrib. Yeah. Yeah, inshallah. Barakallah feekum, inshallah. Anyone driving? No. Yeah. No one driving, right?
Yeah, I can't use that
Sheikh, what do you want to do?
East Greenwich. East what it called? East Croydon. Yeah, East Croydon. East Croydon Station.
Oh, East Croydon Station.
Yes.
Oh, you
Ah, you're driving. Ah, okay, so you drop me, inshallah. Yeah. Just I go from Woolwich to London Village to Croydon. Yeah. So just the job is from Croydon to here. Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah.
The next month will be my job.
Yeah.
Next month will be my job.
Your job. What is the bike? You don't have bike. Why you don't have bike? Sorry. You don't have bike.
No, this one drive.
الحمد لله ما شاء الله الحمد لله وثق عني ما سؤال شيء ما شاء الله